Hello friends, DJ here. I made a video about a month ago detailing that my home was burned in the Eaton Fire in Altadena. And the response on that video blew me away. The kindness, the supportive words. So I thought it would be fun today to make a follow-up video detailing, I guess, a few things I learned from this experience. My first major takeaway here is a bird in hand is worth 2 in the bush, or actually 10 in the bush. Your inventory isn't worth anything until you actually go to sell it. And anyone who starts out Lego investing, they'll watch, they'll read, they'll learn, they'll do the homework. And when they're ready to participate, they will spend. Money goes out the door, and it doesn't come in the door for 6 to 18 months, depending on your hold time. I had about $55,000 of inventory that burned up. That's market value. My cost for that inventory was about $25,000. Which of those numbers should you really pick? I guess it doesn't matter because my inventory was completely uninsured. It's one thing to be worth a certain dollar figure on paper. It's another to actually be able to sell that set and have that revenue come in the door. I guess my second big takeaway, in my experience, fear is way scarier than whatever we have to be afraid of. I thought long and hard before making the first video where I mentioned the fire because I wasn't sure if I wanted to put my personal life out there on the internet. There's a lot of sarcasm on the internet, a fair number of trolls, a fair number of just negative people. And I was really worried about these when I was considering making that video. I'm really glad that I did because 98% of the response I've gotten has been nothing but supportive, sympathetic, encouraging. You guys have related your own experiences of loss, of natural disaster. And I'm really so thankful to past me for deciding to put it out there and be a little bit vulnerable. I think the world needs a little bit more of that. My next big takeaway, which is related, is that health is wealth. Physical possessions, well, we can see what can happen to those, but your mental health and your physical health is the only thing that you really carry through life that really belongs to you. And so I'm just thankful that my dad, who was living here at the time, was able to get out and he has loved ones to stay with. So while we have huge financial losses, probably close to $1 million of financial losses, we have our health. We're grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. This whole experience has been very strange because it's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And at the same time, it's powered me to grow so much and to step up to the task at hand of, well, at the moment, lots of paperwork, but planning the future, planning our rebuild. Like I said, there's no insurance money, so we're financially in a very tough spot. But going through this process, grieving, being alone at times, being together at times has really taught me that the only thing we as people can really control are the thoughts inside our own head. I've had good days, I've had bad days, and I'll tell you what, the good days or the bad days don't really correlate with the physical reality of anything. It's so cliche, it really is all about mindset. That's one thing I've learned from this experience. And because health is wealth, and I'm lucky to be alive, we all are, celebrate life every day. Do something you love for 10 minutes every day. If that's reading a book, going for a walk, going for a hike, watching a show, building a Lego set. Life is meant to be lived and meant to be enjoyed. We only get 30,000 days on planet Earth. That's if you're lucky. So there's no time to waste. Don't waste a single day. That's a huge takeaway for me. I have good days and I have bad days, but I always make time to read before bed, to take care of myself. I've built quite a few Lego sets, actually. Not any of the inventory that would be behind me here. That is all vaporized. Part of me was kind of hopeful I could sift through these ashes and find like a Commander Cody helmet, like something, some Lego part to keep as a memento of this. And it's all gone. It's all vaporized. Nothing survived except metal. Even the metal, I mean, it got so hot it warped our cast iron pans. Somebody look it up. Melting point of cast iron. Pretty crazy. So I grew up in this house, and starting at about age 10, I used to help my dad fix all kinds of things because this house was pretty old and not very well maintained. So we had done over the years all kinds of things from plumbing to electrical. We'd painted windows, installed window flashing, installed insulation. I had done some renovations in the attic that was my upstairs warehouse you guys have seen in a few of my videos. I always had kind of a complicated relationship with this house because, frankly, I always kind of hated it. I had a lot of negative feelings toward it. I realize now that all those projects were meaningless. This was the outcome. But what's not meaningless are my memories of working together with my dad on projects. And I get to keep those memories. I get to keep those warm, fuzzy feelings the rest of my life. And there will surely be more building projects as soon as this is cleared and we can get permits, arrange funding. We will be rebuilding. So I guess the takeaway here is that relationships are more important than material things. Again, material things, they come, they go. Financial wellness comes and goes. And really what you keep are your mindset and your relationships. I would encourage anyone watching this to take pictures of the things that you love, sentimental objects, keepsakes, family photos, because you never know if it'll be the last time. I think as people, we have a tendency to take the everyday for granted. I certainly did. And there are a lot of childhood objects, things I've had my whole life that I wish I at least had a picture of. And I don't, because they were just mundane. I thought they'll always be there. That'll be at Dad's house whenever I want it. And it always was until something like this happened. You never know when it's going to be the last time. So back up your stuff, copy your photos. In data, there's something called the 3-2-1 rule for backups. You want to have 3 copies on 2 different media types with at least 1 stored offsite. It's pretty obvious why. 3 copies because 1 can easily fail. 2 different media types because, again, you just want to be redundantly backed up and protected. So that could be like a local external hard drive and then maybe a copy in the cloud. If it's not very much, you could burn onto a CD or magnetic tape, something like that. You want to think when you're safeguarding your documents as well as valuables, what are the potential risk avenues? I had considered natural disaster when setting up my Lego investing business here. I said, this is California, there's earthquake risk. And I thought that in the event of an earthquake, I'd be able to sift through and recover some minifigures and get some value back. I thought the only thing that really could hurt me is a fire. And I thought I'll get some insurance before next fire season. And I'm not an insurance expert, do your own research, but from what I've heard from a couple of buddies in the Lego investing space, it's actually really affordable. People are saying they get $100,000 worth of coverage for less than $1,000 a year. And the only reason I didn't look at insurance is I just assumed in my mind, without looking, that it would be expensive or difficult or just too stressful to get. So I didn't bother to do it. Learn from my mistake. Another thing, you got to seize opportunities when you see them. This experience has taught me that an opportunity is a parting in the clouds. It's the alignment of an unknown number of factors that have just perfectly arranged themselves to give you this opportunity. And sometimes those factors don't stay the way they are very long. There's a ton of videos that I wanted to film in my warehouse. I wanted to do a warehouse tour, a personal collection tour, a how to store Legos guide. I could have made these videos for years, and I was thinking about it. It was never perfectly the right time. I was always like, well, I want to fill that shelf. I want to make things perfect. Things are never going to be perfect, and I was never going to make those videos. And I know that now. This sort of leads to my next point, which is don't let perfection be the enemy of the good. I'm guilty of doing this with my YouTube videos, and it's part of the reason why I don't post as much as I would like. I want things to be perfect, and realistically, that's not a good way to live life or a good trade-off between effort you put in and the reward that you'll get. To give another example, my dad likes to do woodworking, and for the past 3 or 4 years, he has worked on these step stools, custom made these out of a piece of wood that's sort of a family heirloom. There's emotional connection there. And I think that's what made Dad want to make it perfect, to do it justice. And he spent years on these stools. He spent 3-4 years making them, and it's all gone. It's all gone. It never got finished. Don't let perfectionism be the enemy of the good. So I've been talking to my dad a lot after this fire. This event has brought our family way closer together. My dad told me something. He said, you only truly own what you give away, which is not his quote. I think that's a cliche, but it really is true in his case. He lost everything that he saved at home for himself, thinking, I'm going to save the best for myself. It's all gone. And I guess my last big takeaway from this is to choose the good in life. Once again, it's very cliche, but this experience has taught me that good and bad go together. They're two sides of the same coin. And we have a choice, right? You always have a choice. This experience has sort of forced me to choose the good. Because if I chose to be pessimistic, there wouldn't be much here for me. There wouldn't be much motivation. It wouldn't help me. So I'm choosing the good. And you guys, with your comments and support, not to mention financial contributions, have shown me the good of humanity. There's always going to be crappy people out there, but there's way more good people out there. And I really do believe that. Over 50 viewers have made PayPal donations. I'm super, super thankful. If you made a donation, just know I appreciate it. I read the description, the notes on all of them. I read every comment on the last video. I really, really appreciate it. I've also had people reach out to wanting to donate Lego inventory to restart my collection. While I don't have the most space right now, a couple people have sent stuff. So I just want to quickly shout out Biggie from Ignite, Brickbucks Ignite. Shout out to Biggie. Thank you so much. Biggie sent me 5 Commander Cody helmets to replace some that I lost. And he even threw in a couple 330-second battle packs, which I think is probably a joke for Kevin, KDX Bricks Analytics. Trey from Oklahoma sending me a globe. The globe is an awesome set, first of all. Second of all, it's off to a screaming start to retirement. I guess it's just been touching to know that people want to help and they want to be generous to the tune of hundreds and hundreds of dollars without expecting anything in return. That means a lot to me. There are sets that I won't sell ever. So I'll trade the globe, Biggie, one of the Cody helmets. Michael sent me a care package. Michael, you know who you are. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Michael sent me a lot of really cool 2022 sets like the Mandalorian Starfighter, the Corvette, the AAT. These are all sets that have a particular sentimental value to me, partially because 2022 was the first year that I took a risk and went in big on Lego investing. But to get back to my first point, all those Corvettes I bought, I think I bought nearly 100. I had around 40 left here that I intended to hold for the long haul. And now that won't be happening. So thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being interested in something beside the central topic of this channel, which is how to make money with Lego investing. Making money is important. Making money is very important. But being a human is more important. And you guys have reminded me in the most difficult time in my life that it's good to be a human. Other people are good and want to help. And that means so much to me. So thank you. So I'll be back with more Lego investing videos soon. In the longer term, this channel may become a tiny house construction channel because that's probably what I'm going to do. So yeah, we'll see. Tiny house content coming soon. And while I've lost everything physical about my business, I haven't lost the knowledge of how to do it, the knowledge of how to pick sets, how to analyze data, and how to get the best prices. So I'm going to continue to share that knowledge on this channel in 2025. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, stick around. And yeah, that's really it. Thank you for watching. I'll be back soon. Peace. Go to therapy.